We've been talking about the wheel of resisting reality. There are many ways that we might resist reality, and many reasons that we do this to protect ourselves, protect our feelings, to make us feel like we're in control. And because we might not like what reality really is. So this is to protect our emotions so that we don't feel like we're the victim. We want to feel like we're in power at least a little bit. But when we find ourselves in a situation where someone says, yeah, I hear what you're saying, but my situation was worse, then you kind of have to say to yourself, is this person serious? Are they listening? Maybe I should listen to their reality. Maybe their situation is worse. And you listen to them. Sometimes their situation is worse. There's no doubt about it. But you've got to be able to put yourself in that situation, to say to yourself, what would it be like? And to see it from all the way around the wheel. What it would be like to be in this situation before you got to this climax of whatever happened. What would it be like to be in that situation as far as how you feel and as far as you are perceived by others? What are all the ramifications of being in that situation, not only at that current time, but in the future? How did that affect one's future? And when someone says, what I had was worse, and they didn't really have it worse because their future was not changed because of that in a negative way, or their situation really was not worse in hindsight. You don't look, when you look at it from above and you put yourself in their shoes, you can see that what they went through was bad. There's no doubt about it. But it wasn't quite as bad as what you went through. Well, then you have to say this is a person who, no matter how enlightened they might be and how kind they might be and how sensitive they might be and how helpful they might be to you, still has some limits, some closed symbols, as we might say, around their ability to accept reality for what it truly is. These are fine lines. If you can put yourself in the other person's point of view, and if they can put themselves in your shoes, it's a two-way street. And it's difficult to find two people who can do both, which is why so many relationships fail. But when you find that you actually can have a clear perspective and say, you know what, they're right. Their situation was worse. Then you might be finding yourself in what we call the center of the wheel of resisting reality, which really shouldn't be on the wheel of resisting at reality at all, because you're not. You're not resisting reality. You're seeing it from all perspectives, all directions around the wheel, above, below, and within and without. So you do have a complete understanding. And this is the key to getting off this wheel of resisting reality. So I want to share a little short with you about this. In the center, we have the warrior's stance in life. This is where we want to be, in the center, with our eyes open to reality. We've looked at all of the different ways of seeing things. We're able to put ourselves in others' shoes and see what reality looks like to them. We aren't afraid to take the time to think about what it would be like to be each of the players in our life's challenges. For example, let's say the problem is at work. We're able to pretend to be the boss and see the issues that are important to her. We can understand the point of view of our coworkers and why they want the things they do. We know what it's like to be the customer, and we understand their expectations. All of the people involved have been examined thoroughly. Their beliefs, past experiences that made them think the way they do, and outside influences are taken into account to get a complete understanding. It's only with this kind of mindfulness that we can effectively prepare for the future. understand the past, and live in the present. Otherwise, we're going through life half blind. People and things will take us by surprise. I think the bottom line is that no matter how much we think we have perceived reality for what it really is, and been empathetic and compassionate, we still might have a ways to go. All of us, me, you, everyone, we all have even a little bit further we can go until we get it absolutely perfectly right. Because we're human. We're never going to be absolutely perfectly right. Life is a process. And so part of that process is being able to forgive ourselves and others when they don't quite get it right. Sometimes it's much harder to forgive ourselves than it is to forgive other people. But when you can forgive yourself, that's the first step to being able to forgive others completely. We might feel like we're forgiving them, but deep inside, we might still be saying, yeah, but, you know? Especially if this person is seen as an extension of ourself, like our child or our student or somebody that we feel some sort of responsibility for educating. So I hope that this circle of resisting reality has shed some light on some of the people that you might be dealing with and some of the things that you might see when you look at your own reflection, and helps you on your path to happiness, health, harmony, humor, and hope. Thank you for watching.
From the stars to our soul, it's worth more than all the gold.